Hey there, Shooby-Doodlers. Well, Dirk van der Bent and Mohammed Abdulrahman have both asked me how to draw a treehouse, and that's a really difficult thing to do easily. So what I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, how are we going to work this out? So I'm thinking, well, let's start with what the treehouse itself will be like. So we're going to want to have kind of a doorway on one side. Maybe, yes, that will probably go up there like that. We're going to want to have a kind of a base, and I'm going to have these planks sort of up there like that, and these planks will be a bit bonkers there. They'll be all over the place. And then we're going to want to have a kind of a rope ladder. This is going to be a traditional kind of kids homemade built kind of tree house. So that's it there. Now we have to actually kind of stick it in the tree, don't we? So we're going to want to have a kind of a branch coming up the front there, which will come down to the, let's say the tree is, let's make the tree lean a little bit like that, just for fun. And then we're going to want another branch probably coming across the front of it as well, like that. And we're certainly going to want another one behind, and then we can maybe do another bit coming across sort of like that, and then, well, let's work it out from there. I'm thinking, what is the nearest thing to me? And that's going to be this rope ladder. So I'm going to do this kind of rope ladder coming down from the entrance. I always remember myself as a kid climbing up rope ladders into tree houses, and they made things so difficult. And you see some amazing, if you go to Google and type tree houses, you see amazing tree houses, and they got kind of spiral staircases, and they're kind of fantasy tree houses, but you know, they're not kind of real kind of tree houses that kids would make themselves, are they? So now I'm following this branch through here, okay, and that's going to split there and split there, and then that will probably go there. So it's splitting into these kind of Y shapes, and that will want to go down and across there like that. So it's all about these kind of Y shapes just branching, because that's what trees do best, isn't it? Branching. Nothing else to do but sit around all day branching. Right, let's see what we can do. So I think this will want to come in front of it as well, there like that. And then that can come up there, and then that can go down and branching. And that's looking like a bit of a thin tree, so I'm going to give it another branch coming out here. I know I started making tree houses in very spindly trees when I was a kid. I think it all depends on what tree you've got, doesn't it? You know, that the ideal would be able to go down into the woods and find a fantastic big tree, but you know, if you're not allowed down into the woods on your own. Now, what I'm going to do is, I think a classic tree house is just kind of bashed together with bits of wood, isn't it? And so I'm going to do these kind of things like that to make it look a bit uneven. And then this will be kind of the side thing coming down. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put some leaves just in there, and then I'm going to put, yeah, we need to put these panels in here, which I forgot about, so that will be there, and I'll bring that down. So these are little bits of stuff that have been banged onto the front there like that, and they'll be all the way down there. And then we'll have the side kind of door, and you might want to see little bits on the side which have been banged in there too. And so what you need to make it, the window dark, And also the doorway needs to be quite dark as well, so I'm just kind of shading my way down there. This might be a little bit shaded underneath here too. And when you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, then erase those pencil lines out, and do make sure it's dry there, you don't want it to smudge. And I'm going to have another kind of branch going behind, which is going to be holding it up a bit there as well. And we're going to want some more branches which will be behind, and then basically we want to put in lots and lots of leaves. Drawing trees is really difficult, and trees with leaves on is really difficult too, so we can have these kind of bits of leaves and things all around it. Put some things on there. It depends in which part of the world you live, of course. I mean, if you're kind of in a desert kind of tropical kind of area, you might not get trees that really branch like this, and you know, if you've only got palm trees and things like that, then you know you're not going to be able to build much of a tree house, I don't think. So I'm just going to put these kind of leafy shapes in there, and we want to kind of really get the feeling of the branches going underneath there, so I'm going to really shade that quite dark in there, and we want to put some shade into the trees as well, so all the way down the side of the trunk and things I'm going to put these sort of little markings which are just shading, so, and underneath the branches as well there, underneath the branches, to show that that's the kind of the dark side where the shadows are falling.
If you click the link to my Patreon page, you'll be able to download a high-res scan of this image so you can see it in more detail.
I think we could just put some shade, just very carefully put some shading in around the treehouse, so we might sort of shade in underneath there, and I'm going to just put little kind of hints of shade behind the actual cabin part like that. Maybe some little darker bits here and there, and maybe in under there. I'll put a bit. I think we just need to make this window a little bit darker, so I'm going to put some lines coming down which is going to cross hatch the lines that we've already drawn going across, so this will just kind of make it look a bit darker inside the tree house, and maybe all the way down to the bottom too. I've drawn so many tree houses, this is the first one that I'm feeling slightly happy with, so I'm not going to touch that anymore. I hope you enjoy that and have a go yourself.
Well, thanks for watching. Please like this video and make sure you are subscribed to the Draw Stuff Real Easy channel. You can support my videos by following me on my Patreon page. Put your drawing idea requests in the comments box below, and remember to keep drawing. Practice, and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye bye.